Oh yeah, it's another sketchbook tour. Let's do this. All right. So here we go again. So now this one is the second of the mini sketchbook tours. The other sketchbook tours, I'll eventually have time to actually re-upload them. So just keep an eye out for those. And seeing as my last mini sketchbook tour has like over 65,000 views, as compared to my other videos that only have like 2,000, I have a feeling you guys actually like these. So I'm going to try to do at least one mini book a week. Not a week, like once a month. A week would be insane. And try to upload at least one mini sketchbook tour along with all the other informational and tutoring stuff that I upload on a constant basis. So that way I give you guys at least a little treat every month. So this one is sketchbook tour number 2. So this one started in October 11th in last year. And this one continued on with the Inktober theme. So Inktober, if you guys aren't aware of Inktober, Inktober is when an artist provides a list. In this case, I provided my own. Boom, 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 boom. But I am absolutely horrendous at following prompts. I am very, very bad at it. So I decided to make my own. Maybe that would be like an easier way to do it, and it ended up not being the case. But let's see how much of actual Inktober I got through. And I'm pretty sure, like, if I remember correctly, I was pretty happy with a lot of them, but not with all of them. So every artist has hits or misses, and we're gonna see mine because I like to share my stuff with you guys. So, Inktober number 1, number day 10. This was Four-Eyed Monster. I had this really cool gray highlighter that I don't know where it is anymore, but it served its purpose. I still think I like the colored ones more though. The Inktober day 11, Killer Squirrel. Well, for this one, I actually decided to do some quick doodles on a post-it to get reference from real life squirrels. And then I proceeded to draw a squirrel killing me. Yeah. Keep on scrolling, kid. Nothing to see here. Get it? Get it? Because squirrels go like nuts. Get it? The next one, day 12, was Necromancer. Okay, well, I drew a little wizard thing guy, and I didn't really like it. Just did not like it. So whenever I don't like something, I tend to just fill up the page with really cute stuff or derpy stuff. And in this case, I drew a little bit of both. And then I drew myself raising somebody from the dead. And I made a note that said, I guess I can't draw hands. Because I react positively to negative reinforcement from myself. I constantly tell myself that I can't draw something so that I will actually go and learn how to draw it. People sketching. So I was waiting for brunch one Sunday, and these are the people that were waiting on brunch with me. Not with me as the people that went with me, but people that were just around me. And as you can see, none of them were really happy except for this guy. So this dude. Ooh, this dude. Okay. So this is a little panda, a character that I have, and he has all these really cool robots and every cool gear and stuff. So his goal in life is to eliminate Archie. And if you guys don't know who Archie is, he's a very cute, adorable character that's full of life and full of love. And for some reason, this guy has it in for him. So I have to come up with a backstory for them, but when I do, it'll be really fun. Inktober day 13. This one was zombie candies. And, oh man, okay, I have a big backstory with zombie candies. I used to have a whole line of, it was 100 of them. that I'll show some on the screen right now. But I had like about 100 of them, and I made prints, and I made t-shirts, and I made stickers, and I made everything. And it was under the tagline of Night Terrors. And it was just like something that my friend Stephen Ting, that's another artist, came up with. And we worked on it for a while, and then we just ended up not doing much with it. But it's something that I want to revise and come back to at some point. Day 14. Cute and deadly. Well, what's cuter than a little baby panda? And what's deadlier than him beating you down with a bat and breaking your knees? Some more people sketching. I normally try to do this whenever I'm actually eating, or at a restaurant, or anywhere that I'm going to be sitting down for like a good hour. And I have my sketchbook with me. And this was me telling people that, hey, more drawings coming soon. These are the doodles that I post on Instagram most of the time. And, well, yeah. I mean, if you guys want to see more of my sketchbooks, and you guys don't want to wait until you see a sketchbook tour, go follow me on Instagram. I post every single day, pretty much. So, this one is, just trying to draw feet from different angles. Trying to make it work for me. Trying to make sure that I understand every aspect of it. And, like, I try to make it so every sketchbook page teaches me something different. Something new, something that I didn't really know. That's why I do pages like these. The next one, this is more people sketching. I love doing pages like this because it gets me out of the rut of drawing the same heads every single time. So, in this one, drew the guy. This one was the second sketch. And then the other ones were me challenging myself to filling up the remaining space with some other people's faces while still making it kind of look like them. It helps out a lot with coming up with new characters. Cat and Witch was day 15. Again, I don't think I was really happy with the anatomy of this one. So I just ended up like doing it as a page study. And then not very happy. I realized that like poses where I'm supposed to be drawing somebody looking up are a huge weakness for me. So I believe within the next two sketchbooks, I worked on that a lot. More people sketching. And apparently I just felt like I couldn't draw today. I was making my McDonald's. So I just drew myself. I draw myself a lot, not because I'm like a horribly narcissistic person. It's because it allows me to kind of blog my life a little bit better. And I always had this weird dream of having a webcomic based on my life, but unfortunately my life is not that interesting. So whenever I do draw myself, I draw myself in fun, interesting, like cool ways that, kind of teach me something new. At this point I was starting to actually study the bottom of the neck because I saw that I was a weakness. And I made a note to myself that there was a weakness. And in this one, I just drew some baby koalas. Just napping all over the place. Again, I was just drawing something from memory. And I realized that I am horrible with hair. Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm trying to record whenever I actually can. So, might come with some additional noise, but I hope you guys don't mind. Okay, so practice more. And then I think I stopped drawing for like 2-3 days after this. I don't know why. I think I was just drawing on the computer or catching up on freelance or something. So it felt really nice to actually come back and start drawing again. Oh man, okay. So I decided to go to Costco. And whenever I go to Costco, I tend to go to the food court. And in the food court, I always get a hot dog and a pizza. So this was what my job, like the closest thing to get food at my job, last job that I had was Costco. So I used to go there all the time. and I love cycling. So nothing better than a nice cold coffee after a long bike ride. It's one of those little things in life that I really do love. And I do. I love cycling and I love iced coffee. So practicing off Pinterest, I believe. Getting examples and concepts from other artists that are, more experienced than you in certain aspects helps out immensely with your own progress. I would never claim any of these drawings as my own. And, I normally don't post the ones that, are just exactly copies of what I already posted. Oh, no, not if they're copies of something that I copied from somebody else, I don't tend to claim it as my own. This is just routinely practice. And then this is Archie, in case you guys were wondering. And this was for a post explaining the importance of hashtags on Instagram. Ooh. Okay. Story time. And this one's gonna be interesting because this is gonna be something that I didn't completely finish on Instagram. Mostly because I'll explain to it on the other side. So let's just get started. Story time. So let me tell you about my last few weeks. You might have wondered, wow, it's been days. Why has Rod not uploaded anything? Is he okay? It's quite the story. Dreamlike sequence. It all started Wednesday while I was at work. I started feeling very drowsy and began to feel a hazy feeling in my head. The hazy feeling quickly turned into a very severe pain. Driving home was incredibly difficult, and it was incredibly hard to drive. I tend to get migraines, but this one was beyond that. It got so bad that I literally had to pull over at a gas station and I threw up from the pain. This is when I knew that it was not something just normal. But I also work about 45 minutes away from my house, so it was a pretty painful drive back home. When I made it home, my lovely lady immediately asked me if I was okay because I looked like I was half dead. And I took some pain medicine and I tried to sleep it off a little bit because that's normally what just normal headaches or migraines, tend to do. But unfortunately, even after a few hours of resting, it just got worse and I had to be taken to the ER. Oh, okay. Well, I absolutely hate doctors. Most of the times as an adult that I've been to the doctors, I've been misdiagnosed. I've been scared with having things that I didn't have. I just don't trust them. I know it's stupid. It's ridiculous. But I've never had a good experience with a doctor as an adult. So I was pretty scared going into that. So they did some tests on me and they gave me some, liquids and medicine, and it seemed like everything was going to be okay. The pain went away and there was really nothing to go on besides that. But even though all the tests were good, there's this one dude that literally told me, hey, you might die if you don't do this test. What are you supposed to do at that point? As a person that's just getting out of something so severe that you had to go to the hospital, you obviously don't want to go home and risk dying. So this dude, and yes, he did look pretty much like this, kind of scared me into actually taking the test, which was a Spinal Tap. Okay, so nothing can prepare you for the feeling of a huge freaking needle going into your spine. I don't even know how to describe it. It shoots this huge pain up your spine into every other aspect of your body, and it makes you want to convulse, but you can't because you have a needle in your spine. So that was an interesting feeling, and I don't didn't want to ever repeat. But of course, since all the other tests were, normal, this one came back normal. And this completely unnecessary test came out clean. It's almost like you didn't need it. Yeah. Well, I finally made it home. Got some rest. But the next morning, when I woke up, I was in for a big surprise. I get up about 4:30 in the morning to go to work. Mostly because I work pretty late, like far away from my house. So I snoozed it. I was tired. I just got up to go to work. And the moment that I got up, the moment that I stood up, I felt the most painful headache I had ever felt in my entire life. Oh my God. Like, the headache the day before was nothing. I felt like my brain was getting squished against the bottom of my skull. That's how severe it was. I tried driving to work because I like to keep responsibility. Like, I just don't like missing work. So I got up. I drove to the end of my neighborhood, and then I had to drive back, and I was crying, and I just literally begged Marianne to drive me to the ER again. And what that meant, the fix to this was to stick another needle in the same spot and fill it in with my own blood. So it seems like after that, again, the pain went away. But the next morning, it felt okay. I even had a really nice day out. We went to a park, we walked around, we did a little photo shoot for my girlfriend, but as the day went on, little by little, the pain started coming back. Little by little, it started gaining a little bit of traction. The next day at work was incredibly annoying. I managed to get through it, but it was just really bad. And once again, after a really painful day at work, I literally went back to the ER. Want help, please? And this was me. They bounced me off from one hospital to another because they didn't do those sort of procedures in the one I went to. So, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was the third time in 5 days I had been poked, with blood drained and tested, and I was scared of another spinal tap because that was apparently the solution. And that's a garage door opening, so I'm gonna wait until that dies down a little bit. Whew. Oh man, repeating this story is actually it's bringing back the pain. Ugh, the feelings. Ugh, I don't like it. So this doctor, he said that he had an alternative. And I asked him if it does it have any stupid side effects, because I'm never going to do anything a doctor tells me without asking for side effects, because that was the reason I got the headaches again, or that I got the headaches, was because when they took liquid out of my spine to test it, they decompensated the fluids in my spine and my brain, and that's why I felt that headache. But yeah. So this guy, he stuck 2 huge Q-tips all the way up my nose. It felt like they stabbed my brain. But they put some sort of medicine, and after a few hours, I started feeling better. My brain seemed like it just, I guess poking my brain actually worked. The doctor literally apologized for what that other guy did. And he was like, you know what? Just hope you feel better now. And I was like, I hope so too. And then he just told me to rest. Yeah. So, that same night, as we were going to sleep, I couldn't sleep too much, because what if it came back? What if it's a recurring issue? What if it keeps coming back again and again? All because I actually made the mistake of getting scared enough to just do what someone told me. Well, but I finally passed out, and I was very, very tired. And soon enough, the morning came. And no more pain. But let's be careful. Day one of rest, I decided to take 2 days to rest myself up. Day rest one was awesome. I played some video games, which I had not played in a very long time. I just stayed in bed. I did not get up. I wanted to make sure that my brain was like trying to recover. And day two, I spent drawing the first pages of the comic, and it helped put things in perspective. How do I draw pain? Yeah, I spent the whole day drawing like most of the first couple pages of this. And at this point, it had been 2 weeks now, and I've slowly gone back to 100%. It was tough. I do gotta admit that has to be the most painful thing I have ever experienced. God, I'm glad to share it with you all. The end. This is the part that I didn't share on Facebook, on Instagram. So everybody was like hounding me about like, oh my God, are you okay? How did it end up? Everything's fine. The reason that I didn't share it is because this was the first time, like me posting this comic was the first time that I ever like got told by someone that follows me that I had to post things. I do not like being told what to draw or what to post. It really left a very sour taste in my mouth. Whenever, like when someone did that for the first time, I've been posting like 4 years and no one has ever done that. And it really upset me, so I just didn't post it. Just mostly because I just didn't want to anymore. It kind of like made me not want to. But you guys are getting the final result here. Boom, boom. So, next page, I started watching The Mandalorian. So, you get some Baby Yoda. And a little concept work for my Zooks comic that I want to release, which apparently I might have to change the name of because Zooks is something from the 80s with a wizard, and I am a little bummed out, but I'm gonna try to like figure out something that I can still do with this. This was me on a Friday. I was just free. I was ready to go do something fun, and I believe this was on Monday. Trying to give like a little nice drawing perspective for people, to have like a nice positive message before the week. I was drawing Mary, post-apocalyptic Mary. I found something wrong with the torso, so I made a note of it. It's more drawing more heads. Again, practicing the underside of the head. Once I find something that I'm very weak at, I like to draw it over and over and over and over and over and over until I actually get it. These are just examples of hundreds of drawings that I've probably done on like just random scraps of pieces of paper that I don't post. So, man, it's getting a little bit better. It's still a little weird, but some of them are actually good at this point. Decided to draw a little demon girl. And this is the whole concept of the panda guy that I was telling you about. Panda, normal panda, red panda. But not necessarily a red panda. He's a half raccoon, half red panda. So he's like a fourth panda. So he's a good-natured guy. He just has a very, 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 very strong feeling towards Archie. And he never gets him. Like, he'll never be able to hurt Archie, but he really wants to. I saw this picture of Chihuahua that was like stupidly derpy, and I just had to draw it, and then just made me want to write this. Whenever any one of you guys tell me that they look up to me, that's probably the face that I'm making. And it started getting to Christmas time, so I had to draw a Christmas panda. And this was the last page, because I'm not going to show the last page because I wrote a lot of notes and stuff like that. So this is the last page of the mini sketchbook. And I decided to draw a nice little pinup of Morrigan from Darkstalkers. And this was on December 25th of last year. This was a very, very, very informative sketchbook for me. First of all, it showed me that I actually enjoy drawing comics. As long as it's a theme that I like, I really do enjoy it. It showed me some weaknesses. It showed me some strengths. And it also allowed me to realize that drawing and keeping one of these a month is actually a doable thing. So, my throat gets so dry after like these sketchbook tours. So there you go, guys. Here is sketchbook tour number 2, technically. If you count the overall amount of sketchbook tours, I think it'd be like number 13. Do I have a next one? Oh, I have a next one. And a little post-it drawing for you guys at the end. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as the last one. If you guys want to check out the other videos, the other sketchbook tours that I have, and other instructional videos that you guys might find interesting, click on any of these. And like and subscribe if you guys like what you are seeing. Follow me on Instagram for some more info. And other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.